You mentioned about sacred geometry. Could you kind of explain what that is?
Sacred geometry. Well, every type of shape has a bit of an energy. Okay, it all means something. There's vibration with it.
So we're talking about square, triangle, circle.
Yeah, all those
rectangle.
Basic shapes. They all have a purpose. Now, when you get into shapes with design, okay, let's look at crop circles. Okay, the crop circles are on the ground for a few different reasons. One of them is it's putting an energy within the earth.
Okay, so you don't subscribe to the notion that there's a farmer out there that's him and his co-partner are making little designs out there.
Yeah, the ones that have advertising in them, those are done by farmers or by people who wanted to get your attention. No, come on, give me a break. These crop circles are real. How can somebody go out there and design these things to perfect?
Well, the thing that if I could just interrupt, the thing about those crop circles I find fascinating is just simply the design. Some of them look so complex that I just can't buy that someone spent the time to do it, and the design and the detail has been so like it's art.
It is, and it's all got some kind of either they're trying to warn us about something, or it's putting an energy into the earth to do something. A lot of them can be dark, and a lot of them can be light. So you really have to know your crop circles to know what's what. But anyways, sacred geometry. Every design has an energy to it. I've done some research with Dr. Ibrahim Rahim, who does biogenesis work, and he's got a few different, just an angle, a right angle has an energy. It can do something if you use it in the right way. So sacred geometry itself, you go back to biblical times, there's a lot of geometry involved. The cross is some kind of energy. When you use the sacred geometry properly, and you use it in the right instance, it's going to have an effect.
So let's get into some of the meat of how you do this. You mentioned the dowsing. You showed your pyramids.
This is the Silverlight Pyramid. The best way I describe the tool is that it's an amplifier of my intent. This is the Silverlight Pyramid. The best way I describe the tool is that it's an amplifier of my intent.
Tell us about it.
Let's look at a few different tools. This is where I got started by using these rings, okay? These are called divinity rings, and you stand within the rings, creates a field of energy, and that's got the quantum consciousness. You tell it what to do, it goes in and does it, okay? So
maybe just hold one of them up just for the camera so they can see it. That's the
sacred geometry, the circle with the cross in it, that's sacred geometry. This one is platinum coated, this one is gold coated, okay?
So how are they working? How are they actually doing something?
The materials are made out of, okay, the pure platinum, the pure gold that they're coated with, and the copper brass rod that's within them, and also the person who makes them is very important too, because his energy goes into it. And I'm not going to get into who he is because he likes to be very private. He's in Alberta, okay. But the geometry, the components of the rings, and the person who makes them creates their own type of energy. And when you stand within them, you can actually feel a tingling, a buzzing, a pulsing. You can feel something happening. And that's the beauty about these tools. When I do trade shows, these rings here, okay? There's another ring, it looks a little different. It's got little tines in it, little spikes. When you stand over this is going to pull negative energy out of your body. And when I do trade shows, I
hold it up like that.
I throw it on the floor and I say, stand over that. And all of a sudden people are grabbing onto something because they've lost their balance, or they feel like they're being pulled into the floor. It's pulling negative energy out. So with these tools, it works really well because you know something's happening. When I hold a big pyramid over your head, tell it to do something, you feel a tingle. Okay,
I felt it many times.
Yeah, if you feel nausea, that means that we're pulling out that energy. Okay, that's a good sign. If you could see, for a lot of people can see energy. Now, if the lights are low enough in this room and you focus enough, you can see little blue shots of sparks coming off a person's head. That's the quantum energy coming out. Yeah, if you hold this ring up to somebody's back, if they have a backache, you can see little sparks of blue coming off of it.
And how do we do that? How do we see that again?
Well, the light's got to be down enough and just the right lighting. You can actually see it, little sparks. I've seen it. It's like, wow, that's cool. The thing's working.
Wow.
Yeah, and it doesn't get plugged into the wall or nothing. It's just a basic tool. So I carry lots of other tools the same. This is the smaller ring is the same as the big one, but these ones I sell to people, and they get the same results out of them. So you can carry this in your purse or your back pocket with you. And
now I've seen you use that. Was that for the food or was that another item?
This one you can use for the food.
So what is it doing when you have?
Well, if you take this to a restaurant and you get a plate of food, you put your food over top of this, and if the person who made your food is in a bad mood that day, he's put negative energy in your food. Okay, so this is going to pull that negative energy out so you don't absorb it. If you got a pain in your shoulder, you put it over your shoulder, it's going to help pull some negative energy out. That type of thing. So these work extremely well, especially your crystals. If you're a person who likes to use crystals for healing and whatever, instead of placing them in sea salt or in the sun for 24 hours, you just put your crystal in there for 30 seconds and it's instantly cleared. Okay, they work really well that way.
And you sell these items?
Yeah, I sell them, yeah.
Okay, great.
They're cheap too, they're only 50, these small ones are $50. This is a sun ring, okay? It looks, you can see it, it's like the opposite of the other ring, but it looks like the sun. And this has the energy, not the heat of the sun, but the energy of the sun. Okay, the sun has got its own particular type of protocol other than just putting heat into our planet. It does a lot of other things too, but with this, you can use it as a broadcaster. So let's say you're taking vitamin D. If you put vitamin D within the ring on a table and you put your fingers in there, it's going to absorb the energy of the vitamin D. So when you take the vitamin D, it's going to absorb a lot easier and more efficiently into your body. This also, if you place your food on top of it, it's going to put energy into the food. Okay? So your food's going to be more absorbable. You're going to get cleaner nutrients out of it. Also, if you want a certain crystal, you put it within the ring, leave it in your room. It's going to fill that room with the energy of that crystal. If you're somebody who's very sensitive to energies, you're going to feel the energy within the room. Okay?
What would be a good crystal to try out for that ring?
Oh, any crystal. Any crystal whatsoever. Oh, you're sensitive as heck. Let's do this one. So if I put that on the table, you see that?
Yeah.
Then put the crystal within there. You should be able to feel a bit of an upliftment of energy in the room.
And how soon would I notice that?
Oh, it might take a few minutes. We'll just let that sit.
But ideally, that's just something sedentary. Yeah. You could put that, let's say you wanted to clear energy out of a room, you could just simply put that, and it has a very nice ornamental kind of look to it, so it could be viewed ornamentally.
Yeah, that also. Now, pyramids, of course, I carry the traditional single pyramids, and this is where we got started with singles. Okay, just gold-coated, platinum-coated on top. Now, pyramids. Let's talk about negative green energy. The Pharaoh's curse, they call it. What pyramids can project is an energy called negative green vertical. And this is, they call it the Pharaoh's curse. All these people went into King Tut's tomb, took out all his stuff, and they all got sick and died. Well, they called it the Pharaoh's curse, but in actuality it was the energy called negative green vertical. Now, all these pyramids, they're made from rods, so they're soldered in the middle. Now this little solder, this little joint within it, stops the negative green vertical from happening. So if anybody out there is going, oh, he's got pyramids there, you got negative green vertical, these ones have negative green horizontal. Okay, the break within the rod turns it to horizontal. Okay, that's the story behind it.
So to sum up what you said about that, basically one's a good energy, one's a bad energy.
Yeah, the negative green vertical is a carrier wave, like a radio wave for negative energies. So it's like a medium for negative energy to catch on, like getting on a train and going wherever, okay? Same with infrared light is a carrier wave of negative energies. Okay. Now, another pyramid. These ones are very popular. This is a triple pyramid. There's three of them on top of each other. And the sacred geometry effect of this, if you look at it, there's a Star of David. How about that? There's sacred geometry. There's energy within it. And this one has got the sun ring soldered within it. So it also broadcasts the sun energy. So if you bought this from me,
I can definitely feel some when you aim it at me.
These things are powerful. They've got some merit to them. So if you bought this from me, you could take this. If you got a headache, you hold it over your head and say, "Eliminate my headache." Hold it there for a second or two, and then your headache should go away. Sometimes you have to know what the headache is being caused by. So if you're intuitive or you dowse, you find out what it is, you tell it to go away, and that goes away. So there are many uses for these. You can charge your food. You can sleep under it. Lots of people will sleep under a pyramid. A pyramid is going to increase your longevity of life. It's going to keep you young. Okay, that's what they're designed to do. What else we got? I carry, these are ankhs. They're for grounding. If you put your foot on this, it grounds your energy to the earth, kind of thing. You can hold it to your heart to eliminate any kind of crust around your chakras, that type of thing. So, you know, I do carry certain things I like to sell.
What about that spiral there?
Oh, the spiral. Oh, this one. This is unique. Now, this is designed and made by Slim Sperling. Okay, this is different than the other tools I have because it's not made by my mentor Wayne. This is the first energy tool I ever bought before I knew what energy really was. What this does, it looks like a bed spring, and when you hold it, point it towards somebody and give it a spin like this and start drawing it back, it's going to pull pain out of the body.
Now, can I tell you a story about that?
Yeah.
I had a chance to visit you at one of the expos, and I just thought I would help you out, and as people were coming by, because it was so easy to use these instruments that you've shown, I went and I started removing pain from people. And I'd say it was almost like 9 out of 10 the people that came, and I did that, and I would have them turn around, like so their back was facing me. I would do that motion you said with just kind of, you know, rotating it and then pulling. And invariably, they would all feel something. It would actually eliminate the pain.
Oh, absolutely. And this, it pulls out negative energies, pulls out the pain. I mean, pain is just a sign your body gives you that says something's wrong. If we never had pain, we never know something's wrong. So you break your arm, if you had no pain, you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so pain is an indicator that something is wrong. When the pain is gone, everything is fine. So pain is an indicator. So if the pain doesn't have to be there, but it's still there, you can pull it out. Easy as that. So this tool is pretty cool, and I can go into, you know, deep conversation of Slim Sperling and myself in the past life, but we won't go there. That's another story.
Okay.